Hello, my name is Chris Waters from Pixel Splash Website Design, based here in Geelong for Geelong businesses, and you're watching our video tutorial series on how to edit basic content in your WordPress site. Now in this episode we're going to look at how you create a post, how to fill it full of content, and how to see where it goes. So you how to create one or even how to edit one that you've already created, okay? Now in websites, especially in WordPress websites, you have two major kind of content blocks. You've got posts and you've got pages. Now, pages are what we traditionally think of when we think of websites. They have content, headings, and that content generally stays the same. Now, with a post, it's a little bit different. Think of a post more like an article or like a diary entry. It's a page that's focused around a single idea, and it's supposed to be consumed as like an entertainment product. So someone comes and reads it, like a newspaper article or like a letter that you send someone. That's more like what a post is. It's topical, it's conversational. It's not about just presenting information like a page will do. So to create a new post or to edit a post, you go to the post section of your website. So you hover over here to the post section and you got the same editing options that you would have for pages. So you can view all the posts on the website or you can add a new one. So let's view and let's add a new one. And I'm just right clicking and choosing open a new tab just so I can show you up here. But if you click those, it will take you to the same places. So if we click on the view all posts, we see a list of all the posts that we've created. And there's a little featured image here to show us what the post is. And like when you're editing pages, you've got the same option. You can edit the post and open up the comprehensive editing suite. You can do the quick edit, which enables you to change the post title, the post URL, things like that. You can trash it, put it in the trash, or you can view it. But what we want to do is we actually want to create a new one. So we're going to get out of that. And we've got this new post, which we did by going over here, posts, and adding a new one. So the first thing you want to do with a post is give it a title. So this is a test post about nothing. Like a page, you've got your publishing options. Your formatting options over here are a little bit new and different. I'll talk about those in a second. You've got categories, tags, layout, and a featured image section. Now posts are dead easy. They're not like pages where you drop and drag things around. You're basically just adding in written content and some images. And so to add your content in, this is where you add it in. So you can just go add your content in. Now I've got some pre-selected content here, so I've added it in. The next thing you want to add is a featured image, which is going to act like a banner over the top of your post. So you go down the bottom and click Set Featured Image. That will open up your media library, which is all the images that you have currently on your website, or you can upload new ones if you want, but let's just go this. Why choose website, local website design. Set as featured image, and we're done. Post written, finished. Let's see what it looks like. Click preview. And it will show us our amazing post. Hopefully when it loads. There are a few other things that we can change, like the layout of the post, which I'll talk about in a second. So here we are. Here's our featured image. This is a test post about nothing. We've got the date, any comments, the category, which I'll talk about in a second, and who made it. And there's our content. And so when we publish this post, you might be thinking, well, where does it go? Okay, how do people access it? Well, for most websites, your website developer would have already created a place where all your posts are populated, where they all kind of, when you make one, it sends it over to a certain space. And so on this website, it's on this blog page. And now you won't see it on this blog page yet, because remember, we're still previewing it. But if we go on the blog page and we go down here, it's going to load up all of our posts here. So if we do publish this post, we choose to publish it and make it go live, it will be first up here and people can view it. Now, again, how this is laid out will be completely different for your website. It could be laid out in kind of big blocks. It could be, you might have 5 along here and 5 along here. It all looks different, but the idea is the same. The concept is the same, is that when you create a post, it should be populated somewhere. And that's something that you need to talk about your web designer with if that hasn't automatically been set up. So let's say on this post, we have this big, what we call sidebar. let's say we don't actually like the look of that sidebar. We actually want this post to be kind of front and center, covering the whole page. Well, we can do that. And we go down here to the layout, and we can say we want no sidebar, or you can have it on the left or the right. The footer settings, you can change that. So the footer is this here. You can keep that or remove it. Let's keep it. Title bar, we can again show title bar and breadcrumbs, which look like this. I'll show you what breadcrumbs look like. If you imagine we've got nothing up here at the moment, breadcrumbs basically put links back. So it tells you you're in the blog, you're in the latest news, you're here, you're at home. You can go here if you want. You go here, you can go here. It's basically a way for you to kind of follow back to get back to the home page. So we can add that if we want. You'll notice as well, we got rid of the sidebar, and now we have this great looking single page kind of layout. What else do we have under here? Comments. If you want comments, you can have them. If you don't want people to be able to leave comments, you can remove that. You do that by going down the bottom and ticking that off. Now, if you can't see this discussion panel, it's because it's hidden from you. And to check all the panels that are hidden for you, go up to here to screen options, and you can see this might be unclicked. And if it's unclicked, make sure it's clicked. Again, we can actually activate some of these, like author. We can activate the Avira Layout Builder if we want to use that. We can, and all of a sudden now we can change the author if we're logged into different authors. Now, I mentioned before about categories. Now, categories are a way that you can group all your posts under categories. So let's say we have a news category, let's say we have a video category, let's say we have a current events category. Well, if we've already created them, like we can over here, we can simply just assign them. So this article was about news, and so we can click news and then click save. Now, you might have a blog page like this that only shows news articles, only shows articles that have the news category, and they'll be all populated over here. You might have a blog page that only shows your video posts. You might have a blog page that only shows your videos and your categories. Like, the options are endless in terms of what is customizable. And that's something that you again need to speak to your website developer about, how the website is set up. For most people, categories aren't used, but if you're a website that has categories, well, then you can select them and choose them here. If you want to create a new one, you can simply click add new category and type it in, and then click it. It's as simple as that. Tags are similar to categories, but they're kind of like, it's like a way to stick a tag on something so that it looks like a certain way. So for instance, if this is about current events, we could say it's like a hashtag. We can say it's about current events. It's also about dogs and cats and nothing really. And these are just tags that are associated. So when it's being searched, it can be searched with these values and all these different kind of things. But for most people, they generally don't touch that. But really, that's our post. It's already done. It's already finished. You can add images again if you want. Let's add an image in by clicking on Add Media. And again, you can upload files from your computer if you want, or you can simply just click in this, choose the size that you want. You want it to be medium, insert it, and you give it a little bit of a second, and there it is. You can do whatever you want. Bold, italic, it's exactly the same as the page builder. You can make things different headings. You can align things left. You can do whatever you want. And just remember that when you're finished, you can click publish and it will push it live. Or you can click preview and it will preview it. Now, if for whatever reason you want to come back to, you don't want it to go live yet, but you previewing it, leaving it in preview is not enough. You want to save it as a draft and come back to it later, then you can click save draft. And that's essentially saved on the website, but no one can see it. You can come back to it, open it up again, continue editing, click publish. And here we can see our changes have been made with an image. And so that's how you create a post. It's that simple and easy. Make sure you give it a nice featured image. Make sure you put your text in. Make sure you give it a title. And Bob's your uncle. All right. Or Bob's not your uncle. Maybe Jim's your uncle. Either way, it will look great, I'm sure. So hopefully you've got something out of this, and I'll see you in another episode on how to edit basic content in your WordPress site. See ya.